Okay, well, hello everybody. How are we doing? It's your boy Kajarson, back with some more Den Battle Royale action. We have some very interesting sets to go through today, and as a lot of you may know, the first one's gonna be of none other than our man Neo, Mr. Anderson, who's already in chat here with us. And his set against another popular streamer, another guy you may know from the community or should know by now, Zark as well. It's not a live set, it's a recorded set, but nevertheless, we are expecting some fun games, and I hope nobody spoiled themselves with the results just yet. And in terms of casting, I also have a co-caster for this set, which is our buddy Dennis the Menace. You might also know him around from the Den. Just a second, I'll make sure you guys can hear Dennis as well. Okay, so Dennis, I think everybody should be able to hear you now as well.
Okay.
Ah,
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
there we go. Neo already apologizing for the mess, which honestly to me just promises good games. To me, just promises a good time, really. Also, this happened a bit before the stream started. Big hello to Squatting Slav in tracksuit as well. That's a buddy I'm supposed to play in the AoE leagues against in the coming days. So we'll have a cool semi-final matchup, me and him. So looking forward to that as well. So without further ado, we might as well start with the drafts themselves. Dennis, you ready for us to kick this off?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. So let's see what the map drafts did look like for these two. And I kind of guess have an idea of what I expect to see from Neo at least. Again, I know him well enough. Hey, Nosta.
Okay. How about you make guesses then before we look at what Neo actually did? If you
Mhm.
had to pick Neo's home map, what would he be picking here?
So if I had to pick a home map, I would say like either uh, Scandinavia or maybe even Bogland, considering what I recall from when we were preparing them. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him go lowland, for example, as well. He is, I do believe,
Okay.
pretty good on that map as well. But let's see.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
So first ban
Oh,
was Bogland from Zark.
and is Zark pretty new to the Den tournament? Is this his first time? What do we
Oh,
know about Zark?
Zark actually, you know the 7Ps community, like the 7P leagues and similar.
Okay.
He's one of the like the practice squad itself. He is one of the admins there as well. So he's not somebody who's new to the community. He's a very cool player, very cool streamer and caster himself as well. And Pacific Islands banned out by Neo here. So yeah, definitely two guys that know their way around the game and know their way around tournaments. So I'm expecting them to have done a bit of research on each other as well. African
Oh,
clearing
yes.
for Zark and lowland for Neo. I'm glad to be on point here.
Oh, you were on point. And that it looks like Zark also did some homework. He
Yep,
banned Bogland and Neo went with Lowland. So,
yep.
yeah.
And admin pick is Scandinavia, so you have to think here, was it the admin pick of the random or the admin pick of the admin in the game here? It's
Hashtag rigged in the comments.
yep, hashtag suspicious at least.
Yeah.
Yep, to say the least. So, but these are some very interesting maps to see played out. Like I love Scandinavia games, I love African clearing games, I love lowlands in general. So I'm happy to see these as well.
Oh, yeah. It's all pretty open. Scandinavia is kind of walled with
Yeah,
trees, but it's definitely exciting games
yeah.
to look forward to.
But with water on it as well, it kind of provides
Yeah.
a lot of options. And as we mentioned before, not a map that's in any way short on resources as well. So there's plenty of things we can see happen on that map. And let's see what the Civ drafts looked like for them. And so Zark banning out the gods first. Maybe he thought he was playing me and not the other admin of the tournament or the main admin of the tournament. Wrong admin ban there, Zark, I would say. And then Neo banned the Spanish and the Mongols. Two very strong civs. Two civs, like, especially if Zark plays them, something you want to remove from the table. And the final ban being the Franks for Zark. Again, not too used to seeing Neo really play either two of these civs, but I guess he just. Maybe his preference was removing civs he doesn't like playing against more so
Yeah,
than
maybe he has a negative win rate or
yeah,
something like that
yeah,
against the civs. Yeah.
exactly. And then Zark picking Incas as his first civ, and Neo responding with Berbers and Persians. Ooh, that's very nice actually. Very strong responses here. And then Bengalis as well, another very cool civ with a very cool unique unit and very strong monk play as well. And let's see what the random picks gave them. This I'm liking the looks of this. Okay, okay. Malians, Mayans, Lithuanians for Zark, Burgundians, Sicilians, Bulgarians for Neo. Like, I'm more familiar with Neo's picks, but I feel like Zark's picks might be a tad bit stronger here in terms of
Yeah, and I
what the
think
randoms gave us.
Zark is also sort of likes the Native American civs, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Incas, Mayans, maybe to preference. But time will tell how
Yep.
he drafts for the set.
Yep. Very true. And as we know, the first game will be played out on Scandinavia. So, Dennis, you have any guesses perhaps on what we might be seeing as the civ picks for Scandinavia here?
I mean, you get good wood savings from Malians. Bengalis also get him a fish's heel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, Lithuanians is generally good, good knights, but you're up against Persians, Berbers, all camel civs.
Yep.
So I would have to guess probably Malians for Scandinavia.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what would and that would be Zark. And for Neo, I would have to say maybe Persians. Yeah. What
Okay.
would your pick be?
Okay. Well, to be honest, since I did prep it, so we already loaded into the game, I did get a sneak peek, so I don't want
Oh,
to
okay.
pretend if I'm like guessing now as well. But also Resbu. So for the agenda today, as you can see, we are starting off with Zark versus Neo, and then we're gonna be in Gold League still for Group C, which is Sneaky Stab versus Good Grill. And to top it all off, we have a Silver League matchup from Group C. That's going to be Humble Lord versus Gardo, or Killer Gardo, as we know him in the den. So I do expect some pretty cool games and a lot of shenanigans to go down. And now, without further ado, let's actually hop into Scandinavia. Let's actually hop into game 1. And I'll switch you over to the standard view. And it's going to be Bengalis versus Persians, actually. Now, a bit different than what you expected perhaps for Zark, but Neo, to be honest, like I would expect the Persians to be the pick here.
Yep.
And both of them perhaps deciding that they want to have game 1 on one of the civs they picked. Yeah, shenanigans are always good, Resbu. Shenanigans are always good. And there we
Yeah.
go.
But how much do you think shenanigans is possible on a map like Scandinavia? What would your strategy be to kill the hunt for forward?
I mean that would be an option, but then again, it's
They're
also considering
pretty well
on the
separated.
civs.
Yeah.
I would maybe expect, like, for example, if Neo decided to go Sicilians here because he got it on the random pick, then I would say, like, okay, well, maybe he has some idea we are not aware of. That would be a
Yeah.
bit more crazy. This way, I expect them to play a bit more standard. Water shenanigans, perhaps. I mean, very possible. I mean, we can see that we got the generation where they are both, let's say, in the middle. So there's no water that we can consider being, like, belonging to the player, so to say. Because sometimes they are on the opposite side, so we can kind of conclude like, yeah, this is my side of the water and this is his side of the water. This time around, it's pretty evened out.
Just to check, you are at 2 minutes 22 seconds right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, as you were saying, a lot of hunt on this map. 3 boars on this map as well, with water on the sides as well. So there's plenty of food on this map. But when you take a look, there's also plenty of resources on this map as well. So nothing's really lacking here. A lot of gold, a lot of stone. So there's not many limitations on what you could be going for, or what you want to be doing here.
Which civilization would you prefer between the Bengalis and Persians here?
Well, to be fair, it depends on the stage of the game, and also a lot depends on the familiarity. So,
Oh, yeah.
for example, like we've seen a player in the Platinum League, Sai, for example, struggle with playing against the Bengalis because he's not so familiar with the Civ. On the other side,
Yep.
Persians, I think, more knowledgeable to people, but also a very strong Civ in themselves. And it
True.
depends. Like if we end up in a late game scenario with like 30 Savar, I root for the Savar most cases. But like going on like earlier, if Neo goes into Cav play, the Bengalis have amazing monks as well. So if we see some good Zark monk play, that could be a very important aspect here. And
All
we
right.
see Neo
So
both.
is Zark known to be playing a lot of monks kind of clownish game before?
To be fair, I'm not that familiar with that myself.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see in that regard, I
yeah.
believe.
It's
Yep. Also, we see Neo here drawing in the first boar while simultaneously uh, luring in the first deer. That's nice to see. So there is some nice APM here for our main admin of the tournament here. I'm a main admin and also an overall very great guy. I'm gonna restrain myself because last time around I was less than kind. Yep. I'm just gonna like put it maybe up a little bit here, so like 2 times speed or like 4 times speed until we are at least in feudal. We're not expecting anything crazy here. We'll just point out that Zark is producing fishing ships, and meanwhile Neo just docked now and just getting his fishing ships out. So a small timing advantage there for Zark, but nothing to write home about. Although Neo is the first one to click up. Does appear that Neo is maybe just thinking of playing it standard, while Zark is more of like on a like fast castle number, so to say, of population. I'm putting it back to normal speed now that Neo is in feudal age, and Zark will be there in a minute and a half as well. Yeah, Zark not really paying attention here. Unfortunately, his fishing ships are on the shorefish here. Neo making sure that he's tracking that and making sure that his fishing ships are on the deep fish. It makes a lot of difference. It's a lot more efficient. It's a lot faster to be taking the deep fish than the shore fish that you can just grab with one of your villagers here.
yeah. Both of them are choosing to dock the same side, so
Yep.
we could see some kind of reading there on water, which could be useful. Uh,
Very true here. Also, let's see. Are we seeing any secondary military buildings so far? So Neo just the barracks from what I can see, and just wants to have some spears out in terms of defense.
Zark's
Zark.
just gone for a blacksmith and
Yeah.
maybe just goes up to the market because he's already has the resources to click up.
Yep.
He just needs the wood for the market,
Yep.
and yeah.
So it does appear that his was the more fast castle build as we kind of expected, based on what we've seen with the amount of villagers. And Neo is dropping the stable though. So Neo is the one who's gonna be investing a bit more in trying to find some feudal aggression, but it's safe to assume that Zark isn't intending on being in feudal for much longer. Has the resources now to even drop down the market as he does, and we'll have a fire galley out on the field very soon. Neo would have to respond to this because fire galley is built pretty slow, so by the time this gets over and starts hitting the fishing ships, if that's only when you start to build it, you won't have the time for it to be completed before the fire galley is able to do a lot of damage to your fishing economy. So we will see where we go from here. And there we go, Zark has clicked up to castle. Zark on his way to castle at 33 population, or 33 economy population. And Neo on 33 population as well, but still missing some resources to be able to click up. Has produced another scout, or is producing another scout rather. And we'll see him going forward rather soon. In the meanwhile, I did miss it, but Zark was able to kill the original scout of Neo and take him off the field. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, this is an interesting time to be placing down the gate because it gives an opportunity to Neo to walk in, and now Zark loses his scout, and this is now open. Really unfortunate timing there for Zark to be doing this. He will be really fighting these scouts right now. He is strong enough to be doing that at this point.
And now the fishing ships also go down for Neo, so...
Yep, because we have the 2 fire galleys here. Neo not really responding too much to it, probably thinking like maybe he won't commit to this water right now. We'll just let the fishing ships die out. But he does get a villager kill, or actually 3 what? Oh no, it does get a villager kill, sorry. Does get a villi kill here, but we'll lose one of the scouts for it, and after that the hole will be filled out with the gate as it was intended. Hey, Evening Pride! Evening Pride, I hope you're feeling better, Pride. I'm sorry to hear you got struck with a bit of a fever today. Hope you're feeling better. And we have a market and a blacksmith up on the way for Neo as well, and he has the resources to click up as well. Zark already dropping his second TC, so slight advantage there for Zark. He's not really present on the field, but wants to keep booming up there.
Zark now choosing the war galley upgrade. Is that something that you need right now? Is that useful in a map like this?
I don't think it would be that necessary right now, considering like
Yeah.
Neo was not really showing
Any signs of building military of his own in this side,
yeah.
right? So, yeah.
But still, Zark had the resources for it, just wants to make sure his fishing economy is safe. Might want to then add a few more fishing ships behind this, or perhaps even consider trying taking the other side as well. Pride, I was just about to say that I'm happy to hear it, but then you added the stomach part as well, so I'm not not that happy to hear it. But I'm pretty sure you'll be fine by tomorrow, hopefully. Neva, hi as well. Nice to see you around too. Yeah, those fishing ships. But he's dropping a second dock now as well, Pride. I guess this might mean more
Fishing
fishing
ships
ships.
from Zark, yeah.
Yep. Also, it's nicely done here from Zark that he even had the spearman near, just in case something like this might be happen, where the scout was near this villager, and Zark wants to drop a dock. I think he's looking for a shorefish to drop it next to. And both players are now in Castle Age, and we have a nice equal lead for Zark because he was able to be on 2 TCs while his opponent was still going up. There goes the second TC immediately down for Neo as well. Third TC as well, knowing that he might be a bit behind and he has some catching up to do. But also husbandry and knights as well. So Neo, this is what we would call maybe a bit greedy. Both going on 3 TCs and trying to follow up with the knights. Oh, Kev, thank you for the raid. Welcome aboard. I saw you had another stream of grinding the ladder a bit. Hope that went well. And we are seeing the monastery come out for Zark, so Zark probably expecting full well the knights to be showing up pretty soon. Neo right now, I think he's food eco actually with 18 farms working pretty well. Usually I think it is that you need about 6 farms to be able to continue villager production per DC, or was it 7? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So he's on the exact number he should need, but he does have 5 knights on the field as well. Yeah, Kev. I think I told you this. Like, it somehow feels like you often choose a time to start playing AoE 2 whilst most of us is watching some of these casts now. Might be a bit of a timing thing. And Neo will find this villager that was on the shorefish here, so that's a free kill right there. And we'll be able to break through here. Zark not really reacting to this just yet. Does have a monk in queue, so maybe a conversion. Does this villager get over in time? No, it does not. But the monk will force the knights back. Taking a break from earlier, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. But I did see you were having a decent day of games, Kev. Yep, he was lucky there that the monk got out in time and that Neo wasn't gonna risk one of his knights. So pulled back there. But did get the pikeman upgrade as well. Where did you end in terms of Elo there, Kev, today? 948.
948.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Where are you at now, Dennis? Have you been on the ladder much lately?
I've not been on the ladder much. I'm currently at 888, but now that Kev is at 948, I probably need to get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pride. To be honest, I'm not even joking. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kev, but it's not back to 1k. Yep, there we go. Kev says it. It's not back to 1k. It's to 1k for Kev. So I really wanted to be on stream. I want to be around when Kev hits 1k.
Oh, nice.
Okay, bikes and monks
Has
seem
Kev
to
been trying to go to 1K so far?
he did for a bit. Then he's played a bit more of other games, I guess. But now he seems to be back on the AoE2 grind. So hopefully he hits it soon.
All right. Cool. So what would be the comp that Zark is going for? It looks like so far Pikeman Monk
Yeah, Pike
seems to
Monk,
be.
and considering that we have a lot of knights from Neo and monks from Neo as well, I think that's a good choice here. I think it's a good option.
Yep.
Now we're getting bloodlines as well and light calves, so Neo will be ready for the monks, so if possible he'll try to snipe them. Meanwhile, Zark
Yeah.
getting devotion for himself, which is also nice to see. So devotion making it so that your units are more
You take
resistant to
2 more
conversions.
seconds to convert. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think a lot of us need to be grinding right out now. I had a bit of a titanic day yesterday, went from like 1k40 to 950. So nearly 100 elo lost, got about 30 back today and then started casting this. Well,
Nice.
okay, so now it's Neo doing damage on the other side of the water. That's nicely done. I don't think Zark was expecting that to be happening. He's gonna build a fire ship, so he doesn't want to lose control of this water at any point still. But that's a nice eco kills, and Neo is in the eco lead actually, because he's on 3 TC, so that works out fine for him. Although Zark is up on his way to Imp now. Zark clicking up
And
to
a lot
Imp.
more workers
Nice
on
time.
food for Neo as well. I mean, I thought the fishing ships would be attacked, but I guess there's no fire ships in this side of the pond, so
Yep.
Zark is safe on the right side.
Yep, he is. Should be fine here, and he's patrolling, so Neo can't really
Only an
get back
imp
to the...
for Zark, it looks
Yep.
like. So
Well, he's on 74 population, like it's not a bad time. Got a castle up, clicked it up, so he seems to have his timings down well. Meanwhile, Neo not really close to kicking up Imp yet. He's just getting his wheelbarrow upgrade in right now.
So what do you think Zark is going for? Block printing for the monks and Trebs?
I mean, that could be possible here. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised. Okay, there we go. Actually, it's gonna be elephant archers for Zark. Zark going for the elephant archers. We do have fletching in as well, so that's interesting. Because I expected
that
this
is
to be
interesting.
more of a... Well, not expecting it fully, but I always hope to see Ratas when we see the Bengalis, because I think they're a very fun unit that we don't get to see a lot of.
Yeah, I think if you mass elephant archers, it could be really good, but it's kind of one death ball is what it looks like Zark is going for. Kind of
Yep.
go for a lot of elephant archers, then Trebs, monks behind.
Yep.
Uh,
But there are 4 monks for Neo as well and 2 Scorpios, so he might be decently ready for that as well. Meanwhile, again, something I mentioned before is like Zark has 7 fishing ships on this side, but not really paying attention to them, so they do end up on shore fish a lot of the time, which is kinda unfortunate. That could be more effective for him there. And Neo clicked up now to Imperial Age himself, probably realizing, or just seeing now that Zark is in Imp as well, but probably was saving up for it himself. Another monk in queue for Neo. Some more elephant archers for Zark. And army numbers in favor of Zark so far, but considering what everything looks like, I do believe it's gonna be a lot about the micro here. So it's gonna be up to who gets it. Okay, so this is gonna be an offensive castle for Zark, which means whoever wins this well, if he wants this castle up, he needs to win a fight. So this is gonna be
Oh,
important.
there's scorpions, knights, and monks already there.
Yep.
The scorpions could do well against
I thought this was gonna
the
be
villagers.
Neo's castle, but he's building it on the side, possibly thinking like there's probably gonna be traps on the way, so didn't wanna start it here. But does see the villagers
Okay.
going forward, so might understand that what the plan here is. Do we get conversions on some of the elephants here? Do we
You
get
can convert it
conversions? Not.
back
Okay, there we
potentially.
go. One comes through.
Yeah.
Just the one for now. Okay, we did get another one, but I think one died already as well. I think this fight is going fine for Neo here.
Oh yeah, this is going really well.
Yep, this is going pretty good here for Neo. Has lost some knights, but has more in queue and
Yeah, I think
doing
in the
fine
end the
here.
castle didn't go up, and that's gonna stall the push.
yeah, I think Zark needs to cancel this as
Zark's
soon as
going for.
possible. He does not want to lose
Yeah.
all the.
Oh, it's just 23
Stones
HP
for
as
nothing.
well, so
Actually, it's Neo here pulling
Oh.
back a bit. He can get rid of the villagers with the Scorpios as well.
Yep.
Where are the
redemption
knights
comes
for
in,
Neo
so
here?
now the scorpions can be converted.
Yep, very true. But usually you want to do it for Mango. Scorpio is a bit harder to convert because they can kill them out pretty fast. But okay, this one actually
Yeah.
might get converted. Again, I would be a bit concerned here if I was Zark from the danger of losing this castle because the foundation is just standing there. And
Oh,
we have more
Neo's
convergence
going
for
for
Neo
a
as well.
lot of monks.
Yep, Neo really doubling down on the monk play, seeing all of these elephant archers. I do like to see that as well.
Monks like Cavadis.
Yep, and this castle is getting hit for Neo here as well, but he's gonna enter a trap war for it. He's repairing the castle. This is looking pretty interesting right now. I can't really call it yet here, but we are getting more light cab for Neo to handle these monks. But unfortunately for Neo, the castle will go up. It seems like that Zark was able to win enough space for him here for it to go up. These two elephant archers should get converted as well. One goes over, second one does not, as the monk appears to die. Castle still being repaired on this side. This castle goes up now. We are sending some heavy camels over for Neo to get rid of the trebs. We get rid of at least one of the trebs. And we are going for these monks as well, but we are getting hit. There are two castles here. There's a lot of elephant archers as well. Perfect eco basically for Neo, but he needs to go more into army production now. So he is heading heavily into the camel riders. So that should be interesting as well. Is devotion in for Zark? Yeah, it is. Zark has devotion. Neo does not, from what I recall.
Yeah, the elephant archer numbers are climbing, and
Yep.
once you get like 30, 40, it's going to be very hard to stop,
Yeah.
even with monks, I think.
But there we go, another trap sniped out here, and Neo's castle is still alive, so he's keeping it alive. Could do well, I believe, with a bit more of traps of his own. Just to
Yeah, Neo's not really producing trebs,
Yep.
but he's focusing on just cleaning up these elephant archers with masked camels, so that's what he's going for at the moment.
Yep, he's trying to mass the camels. At this point, I would prefer it to be in a few more stables. We only
Yep.
have 2 stables. The third just got built as well. So I like the idea. I think it's fine to go camels here, but I think you need more. You need more stables for him to be out on the field sooner, because he's about to lose his only castle. And probably the second one will have to be a bit more defensive somewhere, so he doesn't get hit right away. And Zark has 3 traps on the field and 2 more in queue as well, so definitely gonna be winning out for any possible trap fights for a long while here. And this castle about to go down, and it does go down. And this trap is not for the world much longer either. And let's see, now there's 23 or 24 camels already out on the field for Neo. And we have a bit of fighting on the side. Zark not noticing that his fishing eco on the right side as well is now getting hit by Neo here, who was able to clear up his fire ships while we were busy watching the fight in the middle. Zark gonna expand to a third TC over here in the corner as well. Neo does not need to be concerned about that. His eco is basically at perfect numbers right now. Maybe destroy the palisade walls here and try to get out if you so wish to do. And fight now, Neo, but perhaps for meeting a bit more. There's a decent amount of bikes on the field as well for Zark. And they're gonna be halves very soon. And we have Atonement coming in for Zark as well. Market not long for the world here. Does he have a secondary market somewhere, Neo? Not right now. Neo getting more upgrades, even getting Hussar in, so might be thinking to try and get some, I mean, monk snipes, but also maybe some raiding done, because there's 10 monks on the field for Zark right now. Needs onagers. Yeah, onagers would be a good decision here as well.
Yeah, Neo did
He
a good
wants to
job in
engage
sniping
here.
all the food eco from in water for Zark, and that's
He wants to
really
engage
helped out.
here, and the camels are doing well, but it takes these elephants, these chunky boys, so long to die because of the HP. Like they have 230 HP. That takes some hitting to get down, but still Neo is winning out on this fight.
Yeah, I think Zark needs to back out a little bit, otherwise
I think
he
Zark
is
sent these halbs the wrong way. Like they're inside the eco, but like you'd rather have them destroying the camels. They're not the greatest of raiding units, which is what we
Yeah.
seem to be using them for here. Also losing all of his elephant archer mass right here. Good drill. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the squad. I'm happy to be casting your game after this, your set after this one as well. And there we go, Neo clears it up. So he has lost like the entrance of his base basically, but he cleared this up and now he's going for the traps as well. Not a bad position to be in for Neo here, to be honest. Maybe losing a bit more camels than he should while clearing up these traps here because he's sending them into halves. And when I say a bit more than he should, I mean all of them. We going ham. Yep, we went a bit too ham here, I think. I think this was a great engagement until this point, Neo. But again, your eco is good at home. You get to rebuild pretty quickly. Drop down another stable, that sounds fine. Dropping down another monastery, we want to have more monks of our own. Yeah. Too ham, yep, definitely think this was too ham. Oh, this was unfortunate. The stable gets denied. Yeah, let's go Neo. Like I'm guys, what do you think the rules are here? Am I supposed to be unbiased, or should I just say, like, aside from being one of the organizers or like the main organizer, I'm also good friends with Neo? So yeah.
Oh, there's mass migration for Neo.
Yep,
Oh, for the
he's going
gold.
over
Okay.
to the side and
Oh
for the
yeah,
gold,
Neo has not been actually having gold, so
yeah,
he's
he's run
now.
out a bit. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a window for Zark to come back into the game. I mean, he still has the forward position, so he still has a good position in the center. But I think if he denies the gold in the side, which I think the pikemen or halbs are gonna see, I think he could try to pressure that side and
Yep.
deny that gold,
And
and that
here
would
here
be.
are the halbs inside of the Seco. Which might be troublesome if Neo doesn't notice it in time, because they're just going to be free hitting for a bit here. Also, what Neo is doing now that I like is he's producing some traps here from the castle on the side, because he needs to start pushing this back. Zark has been gradually winning out in the field and dropping castles as he goes along, and this can be very dangerous and very, very heavy to come back from.
Even though Neo has the score lead, in terms of army composition, Pike Preb feels better right now to just
Yep.
push through the center.
But look at this.
But hand cannoneers are being
Yep.
produced by Neo.
Neo
So
queuing up hand cannoneers could be very, very dangerous here for Zark, especially because Zark does not appear to be expecting it, just going with the halbs for now.
yeah, the food eco is also affected, right? Just 6 on food for Zark, so that's going to be something that he needs to fix soon.
Yep. Very, very true. I don't know where all his food economy has went to. I mean, Zark, with all of his pushing, even went down to like Only 50 eco because look at the raids from Neo. My god, I honestly missed this. I'm sorry
Yeah,
for
the
this.
stables on the side. Yeah.
Stables on the side, a lot of the eco got killed, so Zark is in a bit of a pickle right now. I guess this is where they went in here because there's now an uncompleted house here.
Yeah, without the Fudika, which is still not sorted, it's going to be a little hard for. Oh, there's only 56 villagers. Oh my goodness.
Yep, exactly like those. Look at this,
Oh,
like Neo has killed 106 eco in total this game, so
okay, yeah.
we got really
That's.
tunnel vision to what was happening here in the middle. And sorry to everybody for that, but Neo really did a hell of a job raiding. I'm very proud.
Yep. Now every trap that you lose is going to be more painful as well because it's going to be hard for you to recoup
Yep,
everything. I
and
mean, you have the wood and gold, but you don't have the villagers to get the resources out quickly.
yep, amazing play here by Neo, and now he has a winning comp. He has a perfect economy back at home. He's nearly pop capped, and he can start trapping down these castles without Zark realistically being able to respond to it. Zark is gonna try with the elephants once more, but Neo kind of ready for that because he's gonna be going with the camels as well behind of these hand cannoneers too. Okay, so we're gonna have some monks converting some monks here. And Neo not noticing in time, so at least one of them will get converted for sure, and the traitor gets killed immediately. Hey Sin, how are you doing? Welcome aboard. Doing some more casting. We got our man Neo to cast this time around. A bit more trap wars ongoing here as well. Okay, so this Hussar goes forward and will snipe at least one of the monks. Will not have time to snipe the other one, I believe. Actually does snipe out the other one as well with a bit of help from these hand cannoneers. And Zark wants to force the fight here. Zark wants to force the fight right now, and Neo, who is actually pop cap right now, this might be a perfect time for him to have a fight. I don't think he's gonna complain about this. But maybe selection a bit wrong here for Neo because the camels are fighting the halves and the hand cannoneers are fighting the elephants. But either way, he appears to still be winning out on this fight because the hand cannoneers are simply too strong at this point. And all of the halves get removed, so now the camels will be uninterrupted into hitting what's remaining of these elephant archers. And look at this. In the meantime, Neo wants to build a castle here on the side of the eco for Zark. He's still doing some more raiding. Zark is not noticing this amongst all of the mess and all of the fighting. Hand cannoneer still in healthy numbers here for Neo as well. Is he still trying to break in here? He is, but this time around Zark is being a bit more careful with it. We have a camel converted here for Zark, so he has one heavy camel of his own right now. But the trebs are moving forward. The trebs will be starting to hit the second castle for Zark. And there we go. So cannoneers doing a lot of work here. Some of them maybe a bit needlessly dying under castle fire here. So Neo might want to pull these back after he kills this lumber camp, I guess. And there we go. That lumber camp goes down. The hand cannoneers are pulled back. We're gonna have more of them in queue as well. This is looking really good right now for Neo, who is again at 140 villagers, not queuing them up anymore, which is something I'm glad to see as well. And this castle about to go down as well. So the original space that Zark was able to win now gets lost and taken back. Very, very nice to see. Very, very nice to see, I think. Neo in a pretty winning spot right now and was able to get this castle up. Now this is also gonna be problematic here for Zark. And the ball is in his court right now. But we'll see where we go from here. And yep, Zark calls it.
And yep, I think he didn't have the eco to keep producing, and once he lost the forward position,
Yep.
it was crazy. I really liked the side stables, and he control grouped them too. So once the raids were done, he never queued Hussar from them. It was
Yep.
solely on his base, massing them up, and then engaging. Really well done from Neo.
Yep. I think it was really what kind of won Neo the game here was those raids on the side. He was fighting the main fight here, and Zark was slowly pushing in that kind of attrition warfare. But in the end, Neo winning it out thanks to good raids on this side before switching over to the hand cannoneers and winning the fight here. Uh, Yuna, this is Dennis the Menace from the Den as well. He's co-casting with me in this set. So let's hop over into
Game 2.
back over into the drafts just to mark what has happened here. So Zark losing out on the Bengalis and Neo winning out with the Persians. So we have Scandinavia played out, and we will be on African clearing for game 2. And yep, and a shout out for Dennis the Menace. I always say take a look at YouTube, Dennis and Scratch. They do low elo legends as well. Give them a look, and they're covering AoE leagues currently. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. So we're gonna go to African clearing for game 2. Now it's interesting to see what Zark does here. Does he want to try and get himself back with taking the civ that he had ready, or does he want to use a random one and save his own pick for the civ for the last game and the pick of his opponent? Yeah, the community is growing so much lately, and you can notice it in the Den that most of the voice chats also have a lot of people ongoing a lot of the time, and that's really fun to see. And without further ado, we shall go back into the next game. I'm just sending you to the be right back screen so you don't get yourself spoiled with what the next matchup will be. That's something that will happen ever so slightly only for me. And here we go. Hello likes as well. And Zark does pick the Incas, so first 2 games he's gonna be using the 2 civs that he picked. And Neo goes with the Berbers. So interesting to see. Again, African clearing also a very interesting map. Both players immediately dropping their TCs, and they're not gonna be so close to each other, which is something that happens very often. Oh, hello, squatting Slav in tracksuit. How are you doing? Yep.
Okay, game 2 is African clearing.
Yep. And what we see here is that neither of them has built or that the 2 of them are not close to each other, which is something that happens often when we see games on African clearing. But this time around the TCs will be pretty far away, which means they might need a bit more time to find each other and also have enough space to boom it out. We might not be expecting anything too crazy early on. Yeah. Yep. Squatting Slav really loves Arena, and he's my next opponent in the AoE leagues, rather in the semifinals of Division P. So it's gonna be funny because you guys all know I'm not a big fan of Arena, and on the contrary, he very much is.
So they are kind of far away from one another.
Yep.
So this could be longer African clearing game. There's been
Yep.
so many African clearing nomad games where I've spawned next to the opponent, so
Yep. Definitely.
it's
Definitely.
kind of
So
interesting. This is good, and scouting becomes important because we need to know where the opponent is. Zark doesn't know where Neo's TC is so far, and Neo
yep. I do expect them to take a bit longer to find each other here.
Neo does know where the house is, so maybe he knows the direction he needs to go to find the TC, but maybe not. It could just be starting villager dropping a house. So
Very,
yeah,
very true. Now let's see what the outcome will be here. I'll speed it up to ×4 just a bit. Again, they're very far away and we're on African clearing, so let's just wait a bit. Well, we know not much will be going on, and we do have 3 sets to cast as well. So let's try to not be here till like 3 a.m. That we shall see. In the meantime, to check the scouting a bit. So Zark doing a decent job not finding Neo as of yet, but we'll probably find him now. Yep, okay. Should know now that Neo is here because he lost sheep here. On the other side, let's check what the scouting looks like for Neo. Neo has actually also found his opponent. We'll note that he also probably lost a sheep over here. So nice scouting for both of them and nice realization of where their opponents should be. Yep. I was. Is the yellow wrong under the players, or why do you think? Why would you think so, Kronk? So it depends also on what they had. So squatting gloves, it's also depending on what they had available in the drafts. The specific thing about the drafts we did for this tournament is that out of the 5 picks that you get, you only choose 2 and you are randomly assigned 3 more. Yep. Not desert training though. Yeah, no desert training for Neo. Okay, and let us slow it down a bit now because we are about to enter Castle Age here for both very soon. And we are back to regular speed. We're about the same eco for both. An Eagle Scout on the field for Zark with 2 more in queue. Just some regular Scout Cav out for Neo with another one on the way as well. And in about the same time, they're both going to be yeah, Kronka, this is Gold League, definitely. Both of these players are in Gold League. The second set after this one that we cast is also gonna be in Gold League. And then the third set that we have is gonna be Silver League. Yeah. Yeah, no worries at all. Yep. In Silver we're gonna have Humble and Killer Gardo later on, which I also expect to be a great matchup. Those also people who are most likely familiar to everybody in the Den itself, but around the community as well, especially if I may say so, Humble Lord himself. Can't wait to see who I play in qualifiers. I mean playoffs, I guess, but yeah. Yep, playoffs should be amazing because so far we've had some amazing group games as well. I can only expect it, and we can only hope that it just gets keep getting better from here. Eagle Warrior on the way for Zark. He has 6 eagles on the field now already as well. Okay. Yeah, quarterfinals. Wait, do they? I do not think they do. I could be wrong here. And I don't really play the Berbers. Neo does, but as you can see by his reaction, we're not getting much assistance there either. But yeah, pretty sure they don't. I believe they don't as well. Some knights out on the field for Neo. 2 skirms just in case, but Zark's really not gonna be bothered by that. Zark's just going eagles here. He has eagle warriors out on the field. Yep. There we go, the battle has started. The knights so far winning out on this fight. No upgrades on the knights though, and we do have some upgrades on the eagles for now. Okay, I'll have to check if they have hand cannoneers. I mean, that's very useful. Do let us know. Do let us know, Sav.
Dark seems to be going for 2 castles. A lot of people on stone still for Zark. And
wait, what time are you at right now?
I'm at 22:48.
Okay, I'm at 22 right now.
Okay, I'll pause.
Okay. For me, Neo is just getting his castle up here very soon. Yeah. Oh, Yon will be appears to be practicing doing some prep for the tournament as well tonight, or simply just grinding some ladder for AoE2 as well. Yeah, Berbers are very strong. It's one of the civs I've considered trying out for myself recently as well. And but what I do like pointing out to people recently is that I think not enough of us play Saracens, considering that they nearly get everything possible in the game. Oh yeah, this is one Resbu. We're kind of in the same bracket there. Like I'm gonna be seeing my first hidden cup uh, as well, basically. Berbers have hand cannoneers in him. Okay, yeah. So definitely a very versatile civ with many different options to go to. Mill just getting hit here for a second. Nothing special. I need to check what's going on. I'll check it in between games. So I do have Capture H Pro, and I'm using the access from our man Jürgen. But for whatever reason, it keeps logging me out every little while. So I'll just put a pause once this set is complete, so we can quickly solve that, and I'll just get my own real quickly. Yeah, Squatting Slows, I'll make the same assumption here that Neo did not make any hand cannoneers, considering he didn't know it's possible. And there we go with the castle going up for Zark as well. This should be a convert here, and yes it is. It's actually 2 converts here for Zark, so he'll be happy with that, and his castle will go up, no issues. A mix of camel archers and knights here for Neo, so this is a very strong army itself as well. In and of itself. Yep. Now, okay, the next guess is that Neo ends up getting destroyed by eagles here, so bold claim, not an unrealistic one as well. We'll see how this plays out further. Again, equal lead still pretty much the same, or like not equal lead but equal difference. Just the 1 villager advantage for Zark. And better idle TC time for Neo, but he's only going up to 2 TCs right now, while Zark has been on his 2nd TC for a bit here. Yep, Neo being the corner boy here. Zark being more middle area focused. Neo definitely the corner boy in this case. Yep, didn't take his own advice. Oh, Resboot, thank you for the gifted sub, much appreciated, and congrats to Yuna for winning it, so to say. Much appreciated. Happy HC, yep. Okay, I'll call you Sin then. I'll call you Sin. Okay, we missed a mass delete somewhere. Oh, what were you doing, Neo? Okay, eco dead even still. Resources
Yeah, a lot
looking a
of
bit better for Zark.
idle eco for Zark, it looks like, with 3 TCs, 2 TCs, and just
Yep.
the same amount of villagers. Devotion coming in for Neo.
Yep. And yep, but also Zark with less resources collected by 1,000, but about 1,000 resources more ready in the bank right now. Neo doing a better job of spending them, or Zark being closer to being able to go to Imp, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, could be that Zark just wants the faster Imperial Age. It is interesting that Neo has not even thought about expanding. He's happy to be in this corner, and
Yep. The corner boy seems to be working out for him for now, so he's happy with it. But he will be behind in Imperial timing. We can see that Zark is on his way up at 56 population. Neo might not be expecting it just yet. And let's watch those scouts, because Neo is kind of giving us a heads up about it. Last time around, Neo also was able to do a lot of damage with some raids on the side. Will he be able to do so this time? Ooh, 30C from Neo, and what might be a bad time. Ooh, we find the monks. We're gonna at least snipe out 2 of them here. Leave 1 on low HP. Are we gonna snipe out a 3rd one? Yes, we will, that's for sure here. And we get lost. That's nicely done. That's 300 gold taken off the map right there. And we're gonna find some villagers here. Do we come back for these villagers? Not yet, or not just yet. And Neo will expand now out of his corner and more to the right. So Neo thinking, what's better than a corner? 2 corners. So
Yeah, it is interesting why he chose a TC and the other side, because if it was the stone and the wood, there is a stone closer at his base, so it's interesting how he's picked that one out,
yep.
which is further away from
We
his
have a
base.
small engagement here, but the monks will be on the way. Maybe time for Neo to pull back just a bit. These are Kameyuks and monks. Not the best of fights to be having at this point. And in about 30 seconds, Zark will be in Imp. At which point Neo will have to do some adapting there. He either needs to win a fight on the land so the traps can't go forward and hit his economy, or he needs to get to Imp himself and be ready for a trap war. We have another...
Yeah, Zark is not really massing units as much as you'd want him to, right?
Yep. Oh, and Neo is
he's
blessed by pride, so doesn't matter how sick pride is, he can still bless people. That's obvious.
all right.
And yeah, second part of the light cav on their way as well. And Zark, yeah, feels like a bit of an AI army. We got some Kameyuks, we got some pikemen, we got some monks, we got the Eagle Warriors, a few converted units, and now the first trap on the way as well. Sniping out the monk, very nicely done. But now we are finding some eco damage here as well on this gold for Neo. So this, I think, is what he originally also wanted to go for. Maybe not a full-on confrontation, but has to move away now as the main army from Zark is here and he can't really fight that face on now. But block printing coming in for Zark again. So it does appear, as you were mentioning and asking for Dennis before, it does appear Zark likes his monk play. And he has shown some very nice monk play in both games so far.
Yeah, I think monks becomes very critical because without the monks, camel archers could take out everything that Zark has right now.
Yep.
It's only the monks that keeps the camel archers maybe away. But so far, I think Neo is comfortable just getting light cabin and booming as much as he can. And he has a small will lead so far.
Yep. And he's on his way. Like in a minute, he will be an imp himself, so we'll be able to respond with some more. Ooh, Zark again with
And
an
it looks like
offensive
he's
castle.
going for more stables.
Yep.
So
But
maybe it's more of raiding strategy that Neo is going for.
Zark doesn't know
But
that this castle is up here, so I think this might be a bit of a too aggressive of an attempt with this castle here. But let's see, there's gonna be an engagement right now. Light cav going in first, but gonna have to pull back and circle a bit.
the Kameyuks do have +2, and they are right there. But the
Yeah, but the
numbers are
villagers are getting
not
hit as
as
well.
much as you'd want them to be.
Yep,
But
and there's
those are
more
gold units.
reinforcements arriving for Zark as well. So
Yep.
a lot of time needed here for this army of Neo to try and kill off the army of Zark. So this castle will in fact go up. But 2 traps in queue for Neo. So he's gonna start hitting it very soon. But 3 traps on the way from Zark.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this castle would be a bit too aggressive here from Zark, but it actually works out for him and he's able to bring it
And
up.
now the corner is going to be really painful for Neo because a bulk of his eco, his important buildings like the market, his castle are all in this corner. And without it, Neo could struggle. This could be a 1-1 right now.
Yep, and Neo kind of needs a bit of a switch because of all the Kameyuks and all the pikemen. And it looks like Genitor is the idea he's having and that he wants to go for here. We'll see if that works for him. Neo was able to get 2 traps out in time. And can
Is
start
mobility
hitting away this
the
castle.
only reason to go janitors here? Wouldn't skirms be just better?
I mean, the Genitors are a stronger unit in the skirms as well, so both
Okay.
the mobility and the strength of them. And also, I think they're cool and we never get to see them, so I'm never complaining when they're actually out in the field.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the traps for Neo will go down before they are able
Yeah,
to
without the camel
take out the
archers,
castle.
this pikeman Kamio Kami is going to be really hard
Yep.
to stop. And
And the
there's
janitors
no
are
castles. Yeah.
only really coming out from two production buildings.
Oh, and that's
Let's.
why the janitors, but there's only one archery range that I can say. Okay, two of them.
Yep, there's two of them now. I'm guessing Neo might be adding a few more soon, but we will see about that. The push is real for Zark, and the push is going well, better than in the previous game as well.
And
So
he's adding more trebs, so the building's going to melt faster.
yep, he needs chemistry for hand cannoneer. But yeah, Videra, we went over that. We're pretty sure Neo does not build hand cannoneers, considering just 10 minutes ago he didn't know hand cannoneers are available for the Berbers. So yep. Yep, the push, as we said, the push is real,
And
and
now the eagle switch potentially from
yep, elite janitor on the
the
way as
English
well. But
player.
I think this time
Yeah,
around it's too little, too late for Neo, in order
yeah.
to be able to complete this tech switch that he needs to win out on the fight. Of course, this is not over yet. Let's see if I'm mistaken here. If Neo can pull it back, he's also housed at the moment, and not completely, but has more in queue than he has space for. Okay, so he's now, unfortunately, our corner boy has to leave his corner. He's trying to go away onto the right side to his second corner in this case. Not the corner play did not work out for him the greatest this time around. He's down to 75 villagers, still losing a few more, but I don't think he'll be
And now
completely unhappy
Zark's
with the
going
current
after the
situation.
archery ranges, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 3 archery ranges where the janitors are being hit from. It's elite janitors as well. We've just seen the upgrade come in. And we are getting chemistry from Neo, so everything looks like we might be seeing hand cannoneers, but we kind of know we won't be seeing hand cannoneers. Only one on food for Neo though.
Oh, he saw the TC. Okay.
Yep. Also, one other thing is that the janitors, while they will do good against the pikemen, won't be really having that great of a time against the Kamayuks.
Yeah, the fire speed would be slow, just like scums, right? So.
Yep. Yep.
And here, Neo would have to micro, whereas Zark can just cruise and petrol in, and
Yep.
the villagers making their final attempt to take out the trebs.
Okay.
Actually, there's no Kamyuks
And
near, only pikes, but
Neo calls the GG here for sure.
also GG. Okay, all right.
Yep. Calls the GG. It's gonna be a 1-1 in this situation. And let's see. Yeah, we're on OBS, and I think my mic is on the maximum it could be at this point. I'll double check just to make sure if I can update any more, but no, I really can't.
Let me try to reduce my sound. Maybe that's affecting your side. I'm not sure.
I don't think it should be.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'll try to increase mine a bit more here. Maybe that works better. Okay, I tried to increasing it a bit. Maybe this helps. But yeah, that's 1-1, which means that we're gonna be seeing a game 3 that's the set decider as well. I mean, we were gonna see a game 3 anyway. It is a play all 3 set, but this means just that the winner of the set is gonna be determined in the last game that we see, and the last game that we see will be played out on lowland
And on the random civs
and on
right
the
now.
random civs as well. So Malians, Mayans, or Lithuanians for Zark, and Burgundians, Sicilians, or Bulgarians for Neo.
I mean, considering it's open, it'll be good to have Mayans or Lithuanians from Zark, right? I don't really know what Neo can go for. It's kind
Yeah,
of
I
odd
think all
wall
three
setups.
picks for Zark work well. I
Yeah.
personally would perhaps go with Lithuanians, but then again, Zark has shown us that he likes the Meso Civs and can play them really well, so Mayans I wouldn't be surprised to see. But then Burgundians, Sicilians, Bulgarians as well.
Yeah, this is Neo's
Mm.
home map, the one that you did a soul read and basically it said Neo is gonna go for Lowlands. So, would he just have queued up thinking he'll go Persians there?
Hmm.
I mean, if that's the case, would he go for Cav Civ? How do you
Well,
which Civ do you think Neo is gonna go for?
I mean,
Another test to see how much you know Neo right now.
yeah, so out of these, Burgundians would be cool, I think. Now, again, this is a Arabia-like map, so anything you would play on Arabia, you can play here. But I'm not really
Yeah.
sure. So Bulgarians, I don't think Neo plays as much. Burgundians, same, but might be interesting. I don't think he'll go Sicilians, but I'd be happy to see him go Sicilians, in all honesty. So we'll see
Yeah,
what
he
he
did
goes for
say it's going
here.
to be messy, so maybe
Yep,
it was with Sicilians. We never know.
yep. On the other side, Zark, as I said, any of these options would work well, I think. Mayans may be ideal considering he plays Mesosivs. Lithuanian, something I would love to see and could be very strong on this map as well. But let's see actually. So we are going over to the Be Right Back screen while I load in so you guys are not spoiled on what it is. And we are heading over to Lowlands. Yep. And it's Lithuanians versus Burgundians. So Zar going with the Civ I wanted him to go with, and Neo going with the Civ I mostly expected him to go with, as I said.
Yeah,
So
because Sicilians and Bulgarians are plays very differently to
yeah, yep.
regular civilization, right? So
So this
I'm
is
not.
again, I think it's a good matchup. Uh, okay, so Zark was worried he was gonna get you pudding rushed when he saw the civilians on the random, so he's happy he's not getting you pudding rushed. And
Yeah,
Neo, in fact, going with the Burgundians, and I'm proud to have guessed, but also it appears I'm hanging out with Neo a bit too much.
yeah. It's. Has there been a you pudding strategy so far in this tournament somewhere?
I don't think so. We did
Okay.
actually no. There was. I actually casted it even. It was I think Neva Meter that did it against Rays, and that's also on YouTube by now, if I'm not mistaken. So if anybody wants to see it, it was a you pudding strat done pretty well as well. Also, again, I'm speeding up to times 4 until we are in feudal here for both players, and then
Okay.
we'll see from there what their plan seems to be. And Burgundians go up later to take eco bonuses. Yeah, that's very true as well. That can happen very often. Again, most of you guys were here before, so you won't be surprised that I'm smoking a cig on the stream. It's not the first time, it's definitely not the last time. Okay, so maybe we should make squatting Slav. I'm so glad you're here. We can make this a common occurrence now. Every time, like, we can play the game of do they get hand cannon here for every civ. Imagine smoking on stream. Yep. Okay,
Do
so
you
I'm
have a
stopping it
poll
now.
for the viewers in your stream right now? Right now?
But do you have a? What did you say, Dennis? Sorry.
Do you have a poll that you can start for the stream?
I usually do, but I don't usually start it on recorded ones because people can actually check the score.
Ah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Or I stream outside often for that reason.
yeah.
Also, both players. So
Lithuanians going for the stable.
I'm on 10:45 right now.
10:45.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit ahead. I'll just wait.
Okay.
I'm at 11:38 right now. Yeah, you
Okay.
let me know when you reach there. I'll
Okay. No
unpause.
problem. and
Yep.
I'm on normal speed again, since they're both in feudal. Also, uh, yeah, guys, I considered like just seeing how much I like cigarettes today, literally. So when I got up, and I got up at not early, around like didn't get out of bed till like 3 p.m. I only bought my cigarettes at like 6 p.m. Didn't have cigarettes till then, but like played one game, literally didn't get anything right. Ended the game and just thought like, man, I want a cigarette, and just gave up on it. So it was just a test to see if I'm considering quitting smoking yet, and no, I'm not. Surf, exactly, like squatting Slav gets it. It's like kind of, you don't wanna be failed a year in school just for that. And you said 12:38, right? I'm at it
Uh,
right now.
okay.
Here we go. We have some scouts on the way from Zark. Okay, Zark circling around a bit, maybe trying the best alleyway to see where he can find damage with these scouts. There's two spearmen on the field already for Neo in defense, but there's also
Yeah,
three
Zark
scouts
doesn't
for
really
Neo as
know
well.
where the woodlines are, where the resources are. He's just
Yep.
scouting Neo for the first time right now, so.
Yep, and he's going from the side that is mostly walled off, so not finding too much damage. Now this is funny, because Zark is now gonna start hitting the houses, because he assumes maybe Neo is walled off on the other sides as well, but he has approached the only
Yeah.
walled off side.
Yeah,
Kinda
he's probably
unlucky.
gonna think that it's gonna be some kind of fast castle strategy with Burgundians because he saw the market. But there is a stable, and
Okay, but on the other side, Neo
yep.
is inside of the forage bushing eco. Does get some damage and some idle time, but will have to move away as the spearman approaches. Zark now gonna try and do the same, but as well there's a spearman here on this side for Neo, and the other one being pulled over most likely as well. Neo preemptively moving these villagers away from this gold so they don't get found. Just a bit of poking and hitting on both sides before they disengage here. Look at those wood upgrades. Yeah, Neo going all out on the wood upgrades, using the Burgundians to the max. Like, Zark, you may have more army on the field, but do you have 600 wood? I didn't think so.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Neo is not really making more pikes or scouts. He's kind of content just collecting the resources,
Yeah.
probably thinking of Castle
What
Age.
I'm not surprised is that Neo is housed, because then again, Pride was around.
Okay. Is Neo basically the MBL of the Den tournament? Like he gets housed often.
No, I just think that since Pride was around, I guess we can expect people getting housed. Neo is the Viper of the
Neo is
Den
the
tournament.
Viper.
Okay, yeah. Again, like last time around, we had me being called the humble guy of the tournament. Neo now wants to be the humble one himself, apparently. And Neo going with the greediest of walls possible here.
Wow, that's ambitious.
So, and
But
Sin is the one that wants to have the title of MBL of the Den, since he says he's housed all the time. Neo gonna be up on his way to Castle Age, and something that we can expect Zark to be doing any second now as well, since he has the resources for it as well. Neo with the quick walls, and it works. Not completely though, but yeah. We'll be able to save that villager either way. Both on the way to castle, Neo's gonna be there about a sorry, 45 seconds sooner, basically.
I like how Neo's unfazed. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go right back and try to wall this entire side.
Yep. Also,
Nice walls, Viper. Okay.
but now
Looks like we
this is
know
interesting.
how Neo came up with the Viper comment.
Yeah. Yeah, Videira, I do believe this is a nice matchup. Now, here's the interesting part. Lithuanians have amazing and faster moving pikemen. Meanwhile, Neo can go Cavalier in Castle Age as one of the advantages of the Burgundians. So it's gonna be interesting to see if that's what we see happening here, and that's what he goes for here.
Yeah, and will Zark prioritize picking up the relics for the extra attack upgrades?
Yep.
Uh,
I think that's
that'd be
something
good to
they
see as
both
well.
have to be thinking of right now. Zark as Lithuanian and
Yeah.
Neo as definitely not just for the goal, but wanting to deny that bonus to his opponent could be pretty crucial. Immediately we have 2 stable knights on the way from Neo, as is to be expected. Lithuanians do love relics, exactly. Are we seeing a monastery drop just yet? No, not right away for Neo. He wants the town center down to set himself up in the middle area first. Yeah, let's should be getting monks, so Mukina shouldn't do it earlier. Yeah, that's very true as well. But as expected, as I said, we are seeing knights on the way from Neo, so it's not crazy to assume at some point we might be seeing them cavaliers come in during Castle Age as well. Videira prefers Burgundians here. Okay, I mean, they're both good civs. I honestly might even prefer Lithuanians. Okay, yeah, TC Wars would be fun. TC Wars would be fun. Zark going down with his second TC as well, but I don't think Neo will notice this. Would have been amazing for Neo if he just scouted a bit with one of them here and noticed these guys could do a lot of damage before this TC went up. Neo wants to take this fight. He has the numbers advantage. The upgrade advantage ever so slightly on the side of Zark, but the numbers make Neo feel fine about that anyway. But then again, now we are in Zark's base, which means reinforcements can flow in for him. Neo instead will focus a bit on getting at least 1 or 2 eco kills. Does get 1, but should be moving out of here right now. And he's under the TC fire as well. Not the greatest of engagements here for Neo. He needs to move out. Yep. But Neo has spent his gold out right now. Good grill making notes for when he faces
Monastery
opponent.
comes up for Zark, so he is planning to pick up the relics.
Yep. And Cavalier
Neo is
does
faster
come
to
in for
the
Neo.
monastery, so yeah. He wants to deny the relics. He has 1 scout on the top side, relic.
Yep. But also Neo did
likely
get
wanna
the Cavalier upgrade as we expected. So he's gonna have an edge there.
True.
Let's see Forging on the way and Light Cav upgrade on the way for Neo as well. So there we have the scout. Where's the second scout? I'm not seeing him as of yet. Where is the second scout for Neo? I'm trying to find another.
It's next to the relic.
Both are next to relics. One on one side, one on the other side.
Yeah.
There we go. Again, pretty equal for both of these players. Now Neo dropping a third TC back at home as well. Will we see a convert here? No, the monk is too far behind. But this is not a great moment for Zark to be going in. There's a lot of cavaliers here. More cavalier than you have knights.
And third TC coming up for Neo as well.
Yep. So Neo gonna have the TC advantage as well. Interestingly enough, Neo not going for wheelbarrow yet. I doesn't even have wheelbarrow, but did get the upgrades sooner as he was able to in feudal. Yep. Videira not agreeing with the extra TCs on your home base. On lowlands, I guess. I mean, yeah, that makes sense because most of the resources will be here, but I'm guessing when you take away this much of the map and roll yourself in, add some houses perhaps here, I think that's a lot of wood and farming eco that you can have safely back at home, which is probably what Neo was thinking of here as well. And now Neo's gonna go forward with his cavaliers as well.
There's a TC that Zark's gonna go for, and Knights have been streaming in that direction so far, but it looks like there'll be no
True.
Knights coming in at
But
this time.
Zark
Very risky TC
Zark is
though.
not considering stone as of yet, and Neo does have 5 on stone. So Neo at this rate should be the first one on. Actually, Zark will have 5 on stone as well once this DC is up. But at this rate, Neo should be faster to have a castle up. Yep. 3 relics secured, or like 2 relics secured for now for Neo, but I'm guessing one more's on its way. Yep, it's on its way.
Yeah, the
So,
other two is also protected by the scout cap, so
yep. So, not great for
it's
the
pretty well
Lithuanian
played.
player. He was late for these relics, and
Yeah,
even
now it
looks
looks
like.
like
Yep.
Neo's got the better civilization because the knight numbers in late game it's going to be better for Burgundians because Lithuanians lack one attack upgrade, and
But
not that it's going to
Burgund
go that far,
but
but yeah.
Burgundians do lack bloodlines. Okay, does the
Oh, that is
get 2
also true. Yeah.
conversions, but 2 conversions come in for Lithuanians, and 1 cavalier does get deleted, so not all 3 come through. There we go.
All right, and Zark planning to go to Imp faster, as it has been this whole set, and it's question of whether Neo can defend and push back.
Yep. This is gonna be a defensive castle for Neo, but I'm not sure if I love the positioning of this one, to be honest. I'm not sure I love the positioning of this one. I would have preferred it somewhere on the lower ground, or at least more central here so that it protects the entrance to your base. It's a bit too far on the side for my liking this time around. Knights and Cavaliers going over on the side here for Zark, but Neo catches it and wants to engage right away because the pikemen are not there, so he knows he had the advantage here. But Zark is up on his way to Imperial now.
Yeah, and once he's up, he can get Cavalier on his own, and he can also push with Trebs. But he actually doesn't. He's now heavily on stone to get that castle up.
Yep.
To get a forward position. But
17
I
on
mean,
stone for
Neo,
Zark.
you mentioned that you should probably put it down to protect minerals. But if there is a Treb war, Neo has uh, uh, the
Higher ground.
elevation
Yeah,
to get some bonus damage
he
in. Yeah,
does have the higher ground if it comes
yeah,
to that. So, as I said, if you wanted it up, I'm not troubled with that. It's just that I would have wanted it right here in the space south of the monastery instead of north of the monastery.
yeah. And it's a question of whether Neo goes for hand cannoneers here. But I guess he probably wouldn't want to. I don't know.
Yep.
But he can see the barracks going down, I think.
Again, that's
Oh
also a
no, it's
lot of
just out of
investment.
vision. Oh, okay.
But
Wow,
that's a lot
they
of
were
investment
so
again.
close.
I think this time around you might as well just go maybe some
Skirms?
skirms for the pikemen
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Because then again, like it's always a lot to have always building 2 gold units in their composition.
yep.
Yep. 4 relics in for Neo, so Neo completely winning out on the relic wars against the Lithuanians is amazing, and he's actually picking up the 5th relic as well. And that's the funny part. Again, we are on standard settings. Once this relic is in, we're gonna have a timer.
Oh,
We're gonna have a
true.
timer, boys and girls,
That
by
is
the
gonna
looks
be
of it.
hype. Yep. Where's the last monk right now?
Yep. But the funny part is, okay, so Neo is gonna protect with 2 castles on the hill because he's gonna have the
Uh,
relics in the monastery. I think if he wanted to make it safer, maybe move the monastery somewhere where it's not ranged from here. But then again, I think he wants to play around this hill to defend.
Yep.
The ultimate insult
I
to the
mean, if you're
Lithuanians, but
Neo,
yeah.
do you want to actually put them garrison the last relic in the forward monastery,
I mean,
or
that's what
you
I'm
do you
thinking
just
right
make one
now.
in the back and move it?
That's partly what I'm thinking, but then again, maybe now is when the elevation comes to play. So if you want to trap it down, it's on the hill. If you want to fight it, you have to fight an army of cavaliers that's on the hill with
Yep.
decent upgrades as well, or basically all the upgrades available up to this moment. Now we need some
Yep.
more upgrades once we are in Imperial. So maybe that was the whole idea of it. And Nevometer with some great points, like we could be seeing a Burgundian Revolution at some point, or the Flemish Revolution, that is. And
So yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
yeah, and it's a show of dominance castle, perhaps, as Neva was also saying. Okay, we are starting to hit with the trebs on one of the castles here for Neo, the one researching conscription right now.
Uphill, so that's going to take some time. Yeah.
Yep, but we are researching chemistry, so we have the siege workshops here, so we're probably gonna have hand cannoneers from the hill hitting these trebs. In the
Or
meantime, we will
bombard
need
cannon,
to...
right? Bombard cannon to kill the trebs. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry.
Oh yeah. You said siege workshop. Yeah.
Yeah. I meant siege workshop for the bombards, I guess. And
Oh yeah, he is going for skirms or hand cannoneer. I mean, because of the timing of the chemistry upgrade, maybe it is hand cannoneer.
yeah, but it is hand cannoneer. 11 hand cannoneers in once more.
Yep.
And there we go. Relic timer has started a bit ago, and yeah, let's. Okay. Let me do you all a favor here, and ever so slightly move the Kajarson right over the scores. Okay, I'll leave it here, boys. I'll leave it here. It's more important that you see what my logo looks like. Okay. Alright, I pulled it just a bit upwards for you all. And one of the castles goes down. I'm surprised, like, cause Neo sent some of the villagers over, but he was sending them to this gold. Neo, buddy. Neo,
Yeah, right now
my friend.
Neo has fewer trebs as well, so he needs to take care of the trebs, even
Again,
though
we're gonna have
it
hand
is.
cannoneers, but I'm surprised because when I saw these villagers moving over, I thought that Neo is gonna repair the castle to keep it alive a bit longer, but we really let the first castle go pretty easily, I would say.
Yeah, now there's 4 trebs against 1 treb. There's no bombard cannon. There is a way for Zark to push through the center.
I'm surprised Zark is not... He's still hitting the castle with the low HP treb here. I'm surprised we are not trying to hit the monastery that has the 5 relics in. Because we are on a timer here for Zark. The game ending timer, really.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time left, right? There's 156 years, so...
And to be fair, like, Neo has the timer to win, but it's not like Neo has to defend completely. Like, he can win this game by conquest means as well. Still, he's in a strong position as well. And he clears up the army from
trebs go down, yep.
And the trebs will go down. He did repair the first castle that he built, so that one stays up. And he's gonna clear out the trebs with the cavaliers, including the entire army being cleared up as well. 28 hand cannoneers in queue as well. This is looking very, very good for Neo right now. Very strong position to be in. But he will be pushed off of this gold because neither of them noticed, like, Zark built a TC and went for the wood line. Neo just continued mining the gold as the TC went up. This is a funny situation here in the south.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we be friends? These guys are not about the war. Okay, these guys are now. Was a harmony plays forever so shortly there. And we do have the bombard cannon out as well for Neo, so gonna continue defending this relic from incoming trebs while he does raid the economy of Zark here as well some more. Zark needs to stabilize as soon as possible, and Zark going into light cav actually.
Yeah, and Neo is actually making 25 hand cannoneer, 25 more in the queue, so
and
probably overqueuing a little bit.
Basically half of Zark's eco is idle right now because of these raids. So he's struggling to get army on the field, he's struggling to get back into the fighting here. Does he lose this castle as well? He has a decent number of village repairing. Should be just enough to keep it alive. Again, this trap is on elevation, so that will help as well. Does he lose this trap?
This is all resources that Zark's losing in repairing this castle without being able to... I mean, even if he is just waiting here, that's the relic counter going for fewer and fewer years, so... You
And
don't want to be in this position where you're just spending resources on a castle repair.
yep, and not in the situation where he is in terms of he can't realistically go out and hit this. So Neo has all in the time in the world to
Yeah,
just keep hitting this like this. And let's see Neo going
and
back to
so
what he did before. Stables on the side, so he continue raiding Eco. It worked for him in game 1. And now Zark loses this castle as well. Yep. And Zark gonna call it. He realizes he's behind in the standard issue and with only 105 years remaining as well. He calls it in the end, and it's a 2-1 win for our Tuxedo admin. Very nice set, GG's boys, very nicely played here as well. Jurgen, as I said, I will check it after this set right now. I have no idea. Once the game loaded in, it was off once again. I have no idea why it keeps doing
I
this.
think you just need to sign into your account. Maybe then you
Yeah,
signed out. Maybe. Yeah,
but
I don't know. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like it signed out for no reason whatsoever, really.
yeah.
Then great set that we got to see here. Some very strong play from both, and some amazing play from Neo as well in these games. A very well deserved win here as well. Was a pleasure. Kaya signs out drunk. I don't open AoE 2 or Capture Rage when I'm drunk. I know better. I've seen this issue with the other streamer. Oh, okay, happens. I guess it's kind of nice knowing it's not just messing with me in that regard. So again, this was the first